Today I'm going to be showing you how to make an easy game to start out. First thing you want to do is create your character. For this simple tutorial, we're going to use Fweg. Fweg is easy to draw, and the circle tool is very nice to use. I won't make a complex Fweg design right at the moment since this is just for the fun game. So we'll make a baby looking Fweg. Next thing we want to do is add a background. A white background is good, but we need to make it more fun. So let's go into the library. I think I'm going to choose this one here. Now, what type of game we want to make is up to you guys. But in this tutorial, I'm going to be showing you an easy-ish game to make. As soon as the game actually loads. Here we go. Now, this game is going to be very fun. Well, that's if you want it to be fun. But it's going to be interesting. So, your character will have to play a fun game, okay? I know I keep on talking about this, it's just I don't know what to say. But today's game is going to be a bouncing game that you have to play. Let me show you. So the first thing you need is a when clicked, one of these, and one of these. We won't use this one for the bit, but we're going to need this one. And also some other ones which will help us actually make the game. This one, another one, and another one. Timers also, and stop all. Now, but we'll get on to this in a moment. Now, if we wanna play this game, we'll have to make Fweg turn. Now Fweg turns all the time. If you go into full screen, he turns a lot faster. If your game stops lagging when you're doing this, it's because you actually have the game on. When playing the game, it will not lag as much. Now if we put this on forever, when we click the green flag, he'll already stop moving. This side, now Fweg is just moving around. But if we want him to move in different directions, we have to add the move steps. Because the move steps are not like the move X and the moves Y, as they just move in the direction where Fweg is pointing. So let's do it now. Oh no, it seems like Fweg is just going in a big circle. Don't worry, there's a way we can sort this. By adding this, by getting a random and doing -15 and 15 and 15 on its own, put it in there. Now Fweg will go all around the place. Now, if we wanna make a proper game, this might be a bit fun to look at because it's not very fun yet, is it? Why don't we do this? If on edge, it bounces. So now Fweg will bounce if he gets off there. And if we want, we can place him anywhere we want using these and just finding the coordinates. Let's just have a look at our game for the time being. Great. Now, on to the next part. Making the actual game. Let's have another character out of my back. There's a bit of cheese there. So let's find someone else. I know, let's use Zinger. Her original designer line. Now let's say in this game you are Zinger trying to escape Fweg. Now, How are we going to make it so if Zinger touches Fweg, she loses? Well, that's easy. You have to go onto the when flag clicked, forever, if then, either touching color if you want to have multiple enemies, or if touching your sprite's other name. So sprite 1, stop all. Or stop other sprites if you want. So Zinger can still move, but that doesn't really work properly, and you can still do stuff then. Maybe. Now we have the game. If we see, if Zinger touches Fweg, whenever, if we look here, it causes the game to stop. Now we have our objective. We've got to be able to survive. Now, let's get some easy right arrows and left arrows. The left arrow will be able to move Zinger left, and the right. Now, we need the X angle. Well, we need the X axis. And when we use the X axis, we'll need to have left going -10 and right going 10. Now, we should probably have Zinger in a spot anywhere so she can escape on her own. So if we just put this here, where she is now, it will detect it, and that's where she'll spawn. Now, the problem with this, if you want to do it like this, Fweg will automatically spawn on Zinger. So let's move Fweg up here. And place this one inside. Now, it's time for Fweg to move. It's time for the game to begin. Now that Zinger and Fweg can move around, we have successfully done the first part of the game. But now we need to add an objective. Let's add a brand new item. Let's add the score value to our game. The score value can help us give an objective to play the game. Now, if we go to valuables and go onto score, oh, we spelled that wrong. Score, and you have to place that as 0. What will happen? Every second, Zinger will gain a point. But let's show how we do that. First, green flag. Now, forever sprite. 1 second. And score plus. Now, when you play the game, well, if you don't lose, you can see the score goes up. Now, we can change the way the score looks. It always has to say orange, but you can have it in 3 ways. One way is incredibly risky, though, and could lead to hacking. So I normally use this way, or not this way, or this way. It depends on which way you want to do it. So here we go. Now I think the user needs to know when Fweg gets them. So let's go into the sounds. Get a sound from the library, and then we'll place it. Now, as soon as this loads, we can go into effects, animal, human, or whatever you want. Now click some and see if you like it. If you don't have to use it. I'm gonna use this one because it sounds like a lot. You can test all the sounds if you would like by clicking the select all button. Fade in, fade out, louder, softer, silence, and reverse. But we're not going to do that in today's tutorial. We are going to just do Fweg touches Zinger, you do the chee-hee sound. Well, because Fweg and Zinger's sprite are like this, we'll have to move this into Zinger's. Like that. Now Zinger can play the sound. So here we go. Let's test our game. Now that Zinger loses, she should normally play the sound. But it looks like if we do it that way, it doesn't work. So the thing we have to do is add 1 second or until done if you want to play it at all time. Now here is what happens. It seems it doesn't work yet. So we must try it again. The chee-hee sound is here. So now if we're touching here, it should play the chee-hee sound. So, now if that works, everything should be working fine. And now Fweg can't move, and the score is stopped. You can still move around Zinger, but that is all you can do. Now, you could also add a time, which might be a bit pointless since you already have the score, which is counting 1 second. But if you want to, go to Sensing, go to Timer, and Show. This will count in decimal places and will stop even when the clock has stopped. So I'm just going to put it here. Now this will just show how many other things there are. So here we go. How many total time you have, mainly. So here's our game. Now that we have died, you can still see the timer going, which could just be a thing on how long you survived. Now, let's add it so Zinger looks the other way when moving, and not the wrong way. First, we have to click this arrows to do it so they move together. And make sure Zinger is in the middle, like this. Zinger may move a little bit, but that isn't the biggest of worries. Now, what we need to do is on the left, you have to do the minus 90, and on the right, you have to do the positive 90. Here you go. Zinger may now move around freely. And the game works. Now for advanced players, this might not be enough. How about background music if you like? Now, this is a good way. You can upload a sound from a file, have your own sound, or get one from the library again. Just to save inconvenience, we're going to do that. Let's load. Let's get some music loops. How about this one? Now, we'll have to use the forever flag start and here. So we get forever, and instead of using the play sound, we get the play sound until done. So here, look. Now we lose. Thank you for watching this tutorial on how to make a simple game on Scratch. Goodbye everybody.